Today we're looking at how to practice acting from home. Believe it or not, there are plenty of things you can do to become a better actor from the comfort of your own home. There is a common misconception when it comes to acting training that the only way to become a better actor is to either be in a formal class environment or to be on stage or on screen in a professional environment actually up doing it. And though I believe you can't become a truly great actor in isolation, I think there are a ton of things that you can do from the comfort of your own home. If you stick with me through this video, I'm going to talk through 8 different tangible ways to become a better actor from home. And if you stay with me till the end, I'm going to share one little tip that I have shared with hundreds of my students over the years that will help you massively to become a better actor. First of all, voice warm-ups. Your voice is your instrument as an actor, so we want to make sure it's as free, flexible, and expressive as possible. A few years ago, I was lucky enough to interview one of the top voice coaches working today, Amy Hume. Have a listen to what she said.
You definitely do need some sort of daily practice, and it may not be, it doesn't have to be 20 minutes every day. It might be 5 minutes most days, and then 1 or 2 days a week, it's 10 or 20 minutes.
A tick for regular practice, and it doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be a huge part of your day. 5 to 30 minutes at the most is incredible, and if you can get in that routine, it's going to help your voice and your acting so much. I really recommend booking in with a professional voice coach. You might just do a couple of sessions and just say to them, look, I really want to focus on getting some exercises that I can do every single morning. It will cost a little bit for those initial sessions, but you're going to have exercises that you can use for the rest of your career. If you don't want to spend that money, we have tons of resources to help all of you, so just have a look in the links below. I've shared a really great video and a couple of articles that are going to be really helpful. Probably if you've never done voice work, you don't want to start just doing exercises because you might actually be adding in more tension. So I do think you want to work with a professional at some point in the journey. The other option is if you want to come and work with me and the team at Stage Milk, we have an incredible platform called Stage Milk Drama Club. We do weekly voice classes. We have some great static voice warm-ups that you can come to whenever you like, 1 in the morning if you like. It's awesome, so lots of great voice resources in that community. I have thrown the link again in the comments below. Next up is working on your body. Being a strong and dynamic actor is everything. Even if your ambitions are for the screen, it's really important to be a centered, grounded, relaxed actor. It allows you to be way more expressive. To reinforce my point, I'm going to share a quick video with one of my favorite acting coaches, Anthony Meindl. This is from an interview I did a few years ago.
I think we have this belief that TV and film acting is like this. It's not. It's not. So what ends up happening is that people, if they're not full, if they're not energetically, there's something not going on, then they're taught like, okay, in TV acting, you have to everything has to be simple. It has to be less. No, it doesn't. If you're not full, less is going to read as dead. Nobody's going to watch dead.
He gets me so excited. Just awesome. And you see what he's talking about there, that acting has to be a head-to-toe experience. It has to be completely alive, and I love that. And he's talking about screen acting, which we often think is so small. So even with screen acting, working on your physical expression is really important. It might be yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, Feldenkrais, the Alexander technique. Any process, any sense of movement that just gets you in your body, gets you comfortable, whatever it is, jump out of bed. Do something that gets you energized, that gets you excited, even if it might be as simple as just chucking on some music and having a bit of a dance. It is so important in this modern world to get moving, to get in your alignment, to get comfortable and confident in this wonderful thing called your body. Action step. I want you to start your day tomorrow with some vocal and some physical work. I want you to set a timer for 5 minutes. It has to be at least 5 minutes. If it's 1 second longer than that, fine. If you do a half an hour, awesome. But 5 minutes at least, getting yourself warmed up, getting yourself centered. And once you are nice and warmed up, I want you to grab something you're working on, whether that's a monologue or a poem, and read something out loud. It's always important once you're warmed up to get onto text. That is my homework for you, and see how long you can keep that routine up. I would suggest it should never stop. A few years back, I was incredibly lucky, and I got to interview one of the most famous acting coaches in the world, Larry Moss. And he basically gave away the secrets to what actors should be doing to become better actors from home. Here's what he said.
In my book, I wrote about having minimal 4 monologues. Every 3 months, you learn 4 more. 2 contemporary, 2 classical. And you work on them every day. Say you work on, depending on your time, you work on 1 contemporary and 1 classical. One's a comedy, one's a drama.
So there you are. He's basically just encouraging actors to be working on great text regularly, monologues and scenes. It works out to be 1, maybe every 3 to 4 weeks. And think about it. What is a play made up of, or a TV show or a film made up of? Scene after scene after scene. If you can do scenes and monologues, there's no other magic. That is it. That is being a great actor. The problem is, most actors outside of auditions and class environments are almost never working on great text. Action step. I want you to make the commitment to work on 1 scene or 1 monologue in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Grab anything. It really doesn't matter what it is. It's about grabbing something, working on it, and getting in front of the camera and recording it. You can get yourself a really simple self-tape setup, just a basic iPhone, whatever you've got, record it, put it down, and you will be so proud of yourself. And if you can, after that, get in the routine of working on a scene or monologue every single month. This next one is huge. When I was at drama school, my voice teacher would call actors the bastions of language. It was such an epic way of putting it. Think about it. We have to perform everything from K. Tempest to Shakespeare, Arthur Miller to Aphra Behn. How can we work on these masters unless we have an incredible grasp of language? So what is the solution? To read, read, read. My quick tip, I highly recommend putting plays at the top of your priority list. After those, really just anything with great, rich, intense, wonderful language. So poetry's great, novels, novellas, if you are like me and you struggle to get through a full novel, but just make sure reading becomes a big part of what you're doing as an actor. Now, I know you're busy watching the video, which is awesome, but I'm gonna give you some quick direction. You are an actor after all. You see that like button? I want you to just gently, gently smash it. Well done. Back to the video. I'm about to give you the best homework of your life. You're an actor. Your industry is film, TV, theatre, so watch it often. Get out there and watch the greatest films and TV shows of all time and get to the theatre regularly. And here's the thing, don't just watch the popular stuff, the stuff you already enjoy. Get out there and watch great art that really challenges you to become a better artist. I know a lot of you watching have grand international ambitions. Maybe you're based in France and you want to go and work in the US, or you live in New Zealand and you want to have an acting career in the UK. But if you do want to work internationally, it is so important to have your accent work rock solid. It really does have to be perfect, not passable. If you do have those international goals, I want you to think about the countries you want to work in. It's not about learning Scottish and Russian and all these crazy accents just for the sake of it. Think about the industries you really want to work in, know what they are, and you need to be working on them as regularly as you possibly can. Action step! If one of your major goals is to work overseas as an actor, and there's a specific accent you need to nail, my recommendation is you do between half an hour and an hour every single day until you have that accent completely nailed. Next up, I'm a big believer in the acting philosophy that working on yourself is working on your acting. I want to share a short clip with one of my all-time favorite human beings, Mr. Anthony Brandon Wong. He's an actor and an acting coach. Let's check it out.
We're not talking an arrogant part of you.
We're talking a part that is quietly confident. A part that is also humble, a part that also knows there's much to learn. But when you're listening to that part, life is fun and acting is fun. And so as actors, if we could start from that place of before we go into the rehearsal, we're going to take 20 minutes and we're going to meditate. And we're going to listen to that wise Buddhist self, if you want to call it that loves us and loves everyone else and isn't threatened by anyone else and isn't threatened by any of our negative thoughts and is there to have a blast. Then let's see what you create, how you create then when you come from that place.
I just love this man. I love his outlook. It almost sounds like a fantasy to many of us, the way he's talking about interacting in a rehearsal room or a professional setting to be so content. But it might be as simple as optimizing things like making sure you're sleeping well, eating well, exercising regularly. Whatever you can do to make sure you are a content and happy human being, it's going to help you be a much more content, happy and creative actor. Action step! It's the recommendation of almost every self-help book or podcast or YouTube video, but meditation is fantastic for actors. I highly recommend getting in a daily routine. It might be morning, it might be night, it might be both, but start with 10 to 15 minutes every single day. If you are struggling to get in the routine, check out some apps like Calm, Headspace, or Insight Timer. I found them to be really, really helpful. Finally, just be curious. Directors want to work with actors that have opinions, that have stories to tell. So get curious about life, learn new things, enrich your world in every way possible. All of that gorgeous life experience, from the soaring highs to the crashing lows, they're going to help you become a better artist. At the start of this video, I said I was going to share a secret with you that is going to massively help you become a better actor from home. And this is it. It doesn't matter what you do from this list. These have all been great suggestions, and if you can integrate them into your work, fantastic. The key is to make acting your priority. I work with a lot of actors, and the biggest thing I see happening is people are just not putting in the work. They're not putting in as much into the thing they say they're doing, into the thing they say they love, as they do a casual hobby. So if you want to become a great actor, you could do one thing from this list or all 8 things from this list. It's about the attitude towards becoming a great actor. It's about putting in the work and making acting number one. That is always the key. You have to make acting your priority. And if you can do that, I promise you, you're going to be a better actor, whether you are working exclusively from home or whatever you're doing. So that was it. It's super simple. Keep acting as your love, as your passion. I really hope you've loved this video. If you have, give it a big old like. It really helps the video get out there. And if you do like content like this, if you're an actor, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. Until next time, much love, and I'll talk to you again very soon.